Here's the truth about parenting. Most of us have no clue what we're doing, but we are experts at making stuff up as we go. So if you ever feel like you suck at raising those little humans, welcome to the club. Every week, I'm talking to some of the most raw, hysterical, and fearless kid raisers I know. Because the truth is, we're all just winging it. Welcome to Parenting on the Fly. Morgan Grace Jarrett is an actress and improviser at Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. Her credits include Broad City, Late Night with Seth Meyers, The Affair, and The Gethard Show. She lives in New York City with her husband, son, and Vitamix. And your son's name is not Vitamix. Welcome, Miss Morgan Jarrett.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Miss Morgan.
Hi.
So I have to put it out there first that you had the unfortunate maybe pleasure of being my first teacher at UCB.
Yes.
And I thank you so much for it because
what a treat.
you were a soft landing pad when we walked in there like deer with headlights. It was scary.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. That was a special class for me too.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was, pretty pregnant.
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to be like one of my last classes.
Yeah.
So it was special. It was a really special time.
Yeah, I felt that too. It was a really good group of people, and four of us wound up going into 202 together, and or 201 together, and then a few of us were in 301 together. So like we stayed pretty tight. So it was an amazing class. Really,
That's
really
sweet.
good.
It was great.
Yeah, so the reason I have Miss Morgan on the show today is because I just think you are the funniest, cutest little thing in the world. And you have this, here's the thing about you, Morgan.
Okay.
Here's the thing I love, is that you have this exterior package that would make someone think you are rainbows and giggles and unicorns, right?
Sure.
But your humor goes so dark. So very dark.
Yeah.
That it's just like, it's shocking and like refreshing all at the same time.
Did I say some dark jokes in class?
So I think so. Well, at least I think you pushed us to go darker and be like, what's the like most fucked up thing you can think of to say? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, can we say that? Is that loud?
Right.
So yeah, that's why I'm so excited for you to do this show with us. And we're gonna roll right into it.
Great. I'm so excited. We
are starting off with a little tennis match of word association. And our goal, we're gonna try our best to get back to parenting somehow.
Okay.
Somehow, some way get back to parenting.
It should be easy. We're two moms.
Yeah. Anything is parenting, basically. I'm gonna try to start off with like the opposite end of the spectrum.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
That might be fun to see how far away we can start it and then just still make it about babies.
Yeah. See, I keep seeing, I'm going through like a random word generator and I'm like, nope. That's too easy. Nope.
Really?
Like explosion, poop, done.
Yeah.
Like that's not enough.
No, podcast over.
Okay. All right. We'll start with this one. This one, I don't know where we're going with this. All right. Ready? The word is infrastructure.
Architecture.
Buildings.
De Blasio.
New York.
Brooklyn.
Hipsters.
Pickles.
Oh. Artisanal.
Coffee.
Sleepless nights.
My current life.
Parenting.
Oh, God.
See, that was really easy, actually.
So easy.
That was too easy. All right.
That's good.
So next up, I'm going to give you a one-word suggestion, and then I just want you to tell me a true story, relating to Army, your little 9-month-old cutie patootie. Then we're going to build a scene off of it and see how it flies.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes.
Let's do it.
All right. Your word, madame, is heaven.
Oh, what a loaded word. That's a loaded word. And that makes me think of a lot of things right now because obviously I'm in this very intense time in my life, which I know you can understand. 'Cause the first year is quite intense from what I gather. I haven't done it before, but I'm 9 months in, and it's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot.
It's a lot. I guess, depending on what you believe and what you think, heaven sort of sometimes, I feel like I've this idea of heaven is something I've thought about a lot in life. I remember when I was a kid and I was raised with religion, and the idea of heaven was very scary because it was the idea of eternity. And that was like just way too much for my mind as a child. And I remember being very scared of heaven. Like, oh God, like, what are we going to do for eternity? I'm bored in the afternoon after school, and like things aren't even going to look the same. Like the streets are going to be like gold and like made of fish or something. I forget the specifics of heaven, but like, so as I've gotten older and more, just lived more life, etc. I feel like I have these moments in my life where I think this idea of heaven, this concept of heaven sort of feels like moments. And I'll have a moment every now and then where I think maybe this idea of heaven is just living this moment on a loop after we die. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what happens after we die? God, it's scary. But I feel like I've had these moments a lot since I've had my son and had my baby. When he was really starting to we were starting to get out of those first couple months that were really tough. My baby had colic, and around 5 months, things started to really shift, and around 6 months. And so I think it was around that time, and my husband had him in the bedroom and I was in the other room, and he was laughing, like really, really laughing, like when your baby first starts to really laugh and you're like, oh my God, what is this? Like your heart just like explodes. And it's just like the best sound in the world. So my husband was doing peekaboo and he was laughing. And it was also one of those first big laughs, like where it's like guttural and like it goes on for a really long time. And I was, listening from the other room, and I could hear my husband saying the peekaboo, and I could hear Army laughing, and I walked in and I saw it happen. It was all so sweet. And I was like, okay, this is my heaven loop. Like, this is the loop. This is the loop I'm going to live in when I die.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's very sweet. It's very sweet. When you have a baby, it's just like you're so open, right? Like things are just like, it's just such an open time. So that's what that word makes me think of.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. I don't know if I can do a scene off that.
I know, maybe it's too sweet. Why don't we just, what? Let's just play that Windex commercial and just cry.
That's going to be the whole show. Oh my God, what just happened?
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but we're watching it, and it's really sweet. So good. It's like a 3-minute Windex commercial.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I watched it. Worth every second. And you know what? I might go buy Windex. I might go buy it.
You just might.
Just to be like, I love that commercial.
So it worked. It worked. They gotcha.
They got me.
Lord.
They got my number.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's do this scene.
Okay, you want to start?
The scene?
Oh, whatever. Either way.
All right, ready?
Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm here to see Dr. Meyers. I'm here for my son's appointment with Dr. Myers.
Oh, sure. He'll be with you in right 1 minute. Let me just check you in. You have your insurance card ready?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here it is. I have it. You guys should have all my insurance information. I think I've given it a couple times.
Yeah, that's just what we do here at the doctor's office. We ask for information every time you come, the same information. So let me just scan this.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same. It's always the same. So it doesn't.
Okay, I just need to make sure. That's just my job. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. You look like you seem to be in order there. That's great.
Okay. Thank you.
Just have a seat and we'll be with you in about 45 minutes. Okay.
For like, do you 45 minutes like of time?
Yeah, these doctor's office visits, they're very, the scheduling is very fluid here. So might be 10, might be 50. I don't know.
Okay. I do have this baby with me, and sometimes babies, it's like a ticking time bomb.
Okay. He'll be right with you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. I have a question. Do you know if, this little toy table has been sanitized?
Well, let me look at my list here. It has all of the scheduled sanitation, and yeah, it looks like it's due tomorrow. So you're catching the tail end. Sorry, we had some diarrhea cases the last couple days. Some pretty nasty stuff. So just be wary, maybe.
Okay. We'll just sit over here.
Okay, thank you.
We'll just
Thanks
sit
for
over
being
here.
patient. Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, I have another question.
Yes.
Are there sick kids here? Are there germs?
Ma'am, you're in a doctor's office.
I know.
You're in a doctor's office.
I know.
So the likelihood that someone is sick is pretty good. Good. So if you could just sit and wait, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah,
He'll be right with you. Okay, thanks.
And
is this your first baby?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Is this the questions? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Just sit.
Okay. I just wonder, because sometimes they say, even, just things you touch, there's just germs everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's called.
So we'll just stand. We'll stand. We'll just stand and wait.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Okay. Thank you.
You know what? Some of my information has changed, actually, looking back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me reopen your file that I just closed.
Yeah. I made such a fuss about it, but it turns out it has changed.
Funny. Okay. Let me open up your file.
Okay.
Let me know what's the changes, please.
Okay. Well, we have a new address.
Oh, okay. All right.
We moved. Can you believe it?
That's crazy.
Can you believe we moved with a new baby?
That seems a little strange because people don't usually do silly things.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
It is. I don't know why you would choose to do that. So what is the address now?
Okay, so it's 375. Oh God, you know what? I don't remember. You know what? I feel like I just, I'm so preoccupied. My brain. Yeah.
I'm going to need, I have another client coming in.
Oh, is there someone behind me?
Yeah, she's waiting.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. My baby's been throwing up all night. I need to get moving in this line.
Oh God, I'm going to have to leave. If that baby's been throwing up, I'm going to have to leave.
If you just finish up the information right here, we can get you in, but I can't.
I can't remember. I don't know. I just moved. I have a new baby. I don't know. I can't remember it. But if there's babies in here throwing up, I don't think I want to have my baby in here. I don't want to toot my own horn. My baby has never been sick. This is a well baby visit.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. If I can sit you in a corner where I can, quarantine you away from the throwing up baby.
Okay.
Can you just give me your new address? Can you just work with me here?
Yeah.
I just want to update your information. Okay. Okay. Let's
okay. For now, just put down Anywhere Street. That's like a, just like a placeholder. Just put down Anywhere Street.
Okay, we're going to put down 375.
Yeah, 375 Anywhere Street.
Okay, all right.
Just for a placeholder, I'll text my husband and I'll see if I can get the address from. I can't believe I can't remember my own address.
Yeah, I can't. So was there anything else you needed to update?
No, just, we did move. I can't believe I forgot that.
Yeah, first time mom, right? Yeah.
First time.
Okay. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Becky, I just heard her. Becky, yep, she's ready. Okay. I think they're ready for you in the office.
Oh, great.
They're ready for you right now. So you don't even have to be in quarantine. You could just go right in.
Oh, perfect.
Just go right in. Go right in right now.
Do you know off the top of your head how often they clean those exam rooms.
Oh, I know that mom. I know her.
Oh, I
know
am
her so
that
well.
mom. That was
not
real
acting.
Life. No, that was just real life. Although I've gotten less crazy about things.
Have you really?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
But my husband hasn't. Like, but because I don't know, dads, #dads, right?
They have their own set of things that bother them. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because I just spend so much time with him, and it does get to the point where it's like, oh, I just can never possibly control all the things he touches or puts in his mouth,
And that's good. It builds up the immune system. It keeps them strong. You want dirt in their mouths.
Yes. Yeah, I was just reading that. Yeah.
All those things are good and helpful. Oh, man. Yeah, first-time moms, it's funny because in my former life, I was a doula, and I always had first-time moms for some weird reason.
Oh, yeah?
And I think it was the universe's way of, like, helping them chill out because I had 4 kids, and I'm like, listen, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
It's not that. It is. It's hard, but it's okay. You just got to breathe through it and try to think rationally.
Impossible.
Crazy town.
Oh, it's impossible. Impossible. I went to Crazy Town like 2 weeks before I went into labor, and I couldn't leave. And then, when I went into labor, I was like, taxi out of Crazy Town. I couldn't get it. I was already too far in. I was like paying taxes in Crazy Town.
Yeah.
And
you set up shop and you get a mortgage, and
I had 2 mortgages. 2 mortgages in Crazy Town. I had I had a car. I was on the school board. I mean, I was in way too deep. Could not get out of it.
Oh my goodness. So I need to hear about your birth, because I saw you like right up until the end. Like you were a glowing orb of momminess. And
thank you.
Then you popped, and
you
said that Arnie was how big?
He was almost 9 pounds.
Okay, let me just frame this for the audience because they don't know what you look like.
Okay.
But Morgan is a spitfire of a pocket elf. She is the tiniest little woman and the cutest little thing, but imagining a 9-pound baby coming out of you is a little rough. It's rough for me. It's rough for me to think about.
Yeah. Can I ask you how big were your babies? Were
all under 7'11", like 7'11", 7'6", 7 something, like all skinny, long, but not heavy.
Yeah. And so when did our class? I don't know the last time I saw you. It ended in the summer, and I still had because I had him in November, but by the time I was at the end of my pregnancy, I was huge.
Oh my goodness.
Was I huge when I was? I think I was still in the middle.
Yeah, you weren't that huge at the time we saw you. I think we went until maybe September, something like that, maybe like the beginning of September or something, but you weren't huge. You looked a little uncomfortable. And I remember I remember you came in to late to class one day, and you're like, I'm sorry. You're like, I just forgot I had class.
I forgot. I could not believe it. Like I tried so hard to be so on top of things. And like I said, I knew it was going to be one of my last classes. Like I had a lot going on, but I was like focused on getting these classes. I don't know. I had a focus to myself in my days. And I was sitting at home at noon, and class started at noon. And I was like, all right, I'll leave here at 12:30 to get to my noon class. And oh my God.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
that makes sense. Total sense. My 12:30.
So, yeah. Yeah. That was like the worst, I think, pregnancy brain thing that I did.
That's all right. We forgave you. It was all good.
Thank you. I did felt like you guys were very understanding.
Yeah. It was fine. Wait, so birth, 9-pound baby.
Yeah. I was really quite big. And like, my midwife, no one was concerned about the size of him or his position at the time, but he was quite sideways. But then he was head down.
Okay.
And so they said he was head down, and my midwife very casually was like, I think he's going to be around 8 pounds, which he was. He was 8 pounds, 11.13 ounces. But she said it so casually. She said it like it's NBD. Like, I think he might be 8 pounds. Just no big deal. Like, no one at any point said this baby might be like really big. And or even like, no one said this baby might be really big and it might be hard to have him because he's really big.
Right.
So I didn't know, and this isn't to like, everyone has their own experience, but I didn't know that having big babies meant that it was harder to have them. I know how dumb that sounds now, but you know, I was such a believer, you know, coming from your background, I had a doula, I was seeing midwives.
Right.
I was such a believer in the process of the body.
Which is important. It is.
That, you know, just my body would like make this baby that fit my body. And if it's big, then that's just like, that's fine.
Right.
And I mean, just like, you know, and it's quite a long story, but like short version, that was not the case. That was not the case. This baby was too big for my body. And I was in labor for 72 hours.
Oh, Morgan.
Thank you.
Morgan.
Thank you. 72 hours.
Hold
Thank
on.
you.
That's not even a slow golf clap. That's like a full on, like you
What
need
the fuck?
like, I don't know.
What? And I truly now can, in the moment, again, I was living in crazy town.
Right.
And when I went into labor, I pretty much lost my mind instantly. And now looking back, I can really say like, that's a long time. But in my mind, I was like, oh, this is normal. People labor for days.
Like, but was it like actively, like how long of that was active labor? How long of the 72 hours was like, oh God, I want to die?
That was that's the tricky thing, because it was all of it. I was in active labor, but like, I didn't know that. Like, no one knew that because it was my first baby, and it was going on for a long time, and my contractions weren't regular. And so I would have contractions every 2 minutes, every 4 minutes, every 5 minutes, and then every 20 minutes. And then after 11 minutes, and then another 20 minutes, and then 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes for days, and so I was under the impression that this was early labor. Right. And I would say my pain scale never shifted though. Like from the time labor started till I ended up on the third day getting my epidural. So from the time labor started to epidural, the pain was always the same scale. So that makes me realize that I was always in active labor. It wasn't early labor, but because of the timing of it and like the wonky timing of contractions, I thought it was early labor. Yeah. So I would say things to my husband like, why don't you go sleep and lay down? This is early labor. Right. I'll just like take a jaunt or something. But that wasn't the case. Like I couldn't take a jaunt. I couldn't do anything, and I couldn't sleep. And so from the moment I went into labor, so I also didn't sleep. I was exhausted. I couldn't sleep.
That's the worst.
Couldn't sleep. And again, I was like, I know this. You know, we took an 8-week natural birth class. I was prepared.
Right.
I knew what to do. Right. And everything went out the window because it just, from the second I went into labor, when you feel that first contraction, there's no doubt that it's a contraction.
Yeah. There's an undeniable like amount of pressure where you're just like, this feels different. This is not the same as the other. No, there definitely is a hard line you can draw pretty much.
Yes.
So that was 3 days for you. You sweet, lovey. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
On behalf of all the women who labor quickly, I'm sorry.
You know, we all have our own experience, but it was quite a thing. I mean, again, this is sort of the short version, but it was a lot. It was 3 days, and from the moment the first one hit, I was just done. Like as soon as it hit, I was like, oh, I'll never be able to do this. Like, what a fucking joke. I don't think so. Thank you very much. I'll see myself out. I'll see
All
you on
that
the other
optimism
side.
out the door.
Oh yeah. Those rainbows and bunnies. I was like, nope.
Fuck those bunnies. I don't want them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So we get to the birth center and I got checked and I was at a 5. And I was so proud of myself to be at a 5.
Wait. So after 3 days of labor, you were 5 centimeters dilated.
Yep. Yes. But I was really proud of myself because I had to be a 5 to get into the birth center.
That's true.
And I was concerned that this had all been early labor and I was at like a 2 and they were going to tell me to go back home for another week. But again, now that I know all this, yes. So I got into the birth center. I realized at that point officially that I hated water. I hated laboring in water. I know.
See, you don't know these things until you get
You
there.
don't know.
You don't know. Like you think you'll like certain things. You're like, oh yeah, I like to be massaged normally, or I love water normally, but you don't know until you're actually in it.
And I love water. I am such a fan of water. I thought for sure. 2 things. I thought that I would want to be alone and I would want to be in water. And it turned out I hated water. I didn't want anybody to even talk about it. And I wanted like the more people, the better. It was like, you work at the hospital? Come on in. Uber driver? You're staying with me. Like anybody that I needed like the reality of people around me. Like I was so lost.
Right.
I needed people that were alive to like, I just needed everyone. Like truly, like somebody came in and brought food and I was like, stay, look me in the eyes and stay. So, I wanted a lot of people.
I can imagine like a room just full of like random people in different sort of work outfits, construction workers.
I would have loved it. Yeah. We were in downtown Manhattan. I mean, it would have been just, there were all kinds of people around that area. Businessmen, Wall Street brokers, So, I wanted a lot of people around and I did not want to be in the water. So, it just goes on from here, but it just sort of progressed. And the midwife said, I want to break your water. And I learned from my natural birth class that I did not want my water to be broken. I wanted it to break naturally. But at the same time, I was so far gone at this point. This had started
to me.
Yeah, this had started on Tuesday. At this point, it was Friday. I was quite scared of having my water being broken too, just on a physical level. It felt very invasive.
Yes.
Your water didn't break naturally.
Two times yes, 2 times no. So 2 times they broke it and it feels very odd. It's like a giant knitting needle. They like shove up you. Like
I was terrified.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's just if you've never done it before, and it can be, it's an unpleasant experience to have someone put in, a thing in your vagina when you're in labor and all that. So yeah, it's really not comfy.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's just, I was surprised that mentally I was very much like upset by it mentally. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It felt invasive.
Had a plan in your head. Yeah, for sure. You had a plan and it's hard to deviate from that. But you also know now that everybody gets the point, and this is why we have doulas. I'll just say this as a disclaimer, because when you're in that moment of you are far gone into crazy town, like you were in the insane asylum of crazy town because you're in labor and you know what I'm saying? Like you are the craziest of the crazy.
Yeah.
You need someone level-headed to be like, okay, just remember, this is what we decided. This is what you decided. This is what you said.
Yeah.
Because you are willing to do anything by the end. You were like, I will sign whatever you need me to sign.
Put me under. Just put me to sleep.
You will do anything to have it be over with. Like, it's just, you're not in your right mind because you just want to be out of that discomfort and pain. So you will do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So she broke my water, and the odd thing that happened after that is that nothing happened. Not only did I not I didn't start progressing, but like kind of stalled. And I really think at that point I was just so scared. I was so scared. I just was so far gone, and I couldn't, like I could not find my words to tell the people around me how gone I was. And now looking back, I can say that like to my husband now, or I can say, I wish I had said that, but I know I couldn't have said it. I wish I had just looked at him and said, I'm too far gone. I need all the things. Yeah. I need all the things and I'm done. And I need you to I need everyone else to completely take over. And, done on a physical level, done on a mental level, and done on I know this is going off the rails and I can't get it back on the rails, and I can't even try anymore. I'm too done to even try to get it on the rails. So then the time progressed, and my midwife said, okay, I think it's time for an epidural. And that was truly the moment where I said, yes.
Yes, and what else?
Yes, and sedation. Yeah. Oh, all my improv experience that I thought was going to make me this I don't know, very saying yes to labor. It was out the window. It was like I had never even heard of improv or the Upright Citizens Brigade. I said no to everything. I said no. At my first contraction, I said nope. No, thank you.
Nope. No, thank you. Don't want that right now.
Yeah. This whole thing makes sense. Like the whole thing. Yes. Because
tell me how.
He is just strong-willed and bold and feisty. And he had been in that position in my tummy for the entire time I was pregnant. And he was not moving. He was not moving.
Gotcha.
I had even said in my pregnancy, I think this baby is going to kick out the side of my body. And ironically, that's kind of what happened with some assistance. And also he and I are very close, and I love to say this, he loves his mama. Yeah. And there's just this part of, he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not coming out of this tummy.
No.
And I appreciate that. I get it. But he was huge. Yeah. And the doctor said, you know what, this baby is 9 pounds. And he did say, and he's an incredible doctor. He did say this baby's 9 pounds, and he was also 21 inches, and you're 5'2".
Yeah.
And this is a really big baby, and he's sideways.
So the moral of the story is we can blame your really tall husband. Is that the moral of the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's the end of it there, because it's not your doing.
Yeah. I take everything back what I said about dads and husbands. F them. Yeah. So it was quite the story.
Wow. Well, I'm glad, everybody has to go through something, and I feel like every birth challenges women and also makes them grow in ways that they didn't know they could grow. And I'm sure you have grown in ways you were not even fathoming before having a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
That's what motherhood is. That's what it is. All right. And on that note, I need to talk to Army, because I need to ask him a few questions.
Okay, great.
Because we've been talking to you for a while now, and I'm,
and
you're great and all.
And I've been talking way too much.
No, it's fine. So we're going to do 20 questions with your kid. It might be 20. It might be 10. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see where it goes.
Great. Okay.
All right.
I feel like I know him pretty well.
I think you can do this. I think you can. All right. So Army, thanks so much for being on the show today. Yes. I just have a couple of questions for you. I know you're 9 months old and you can't quite verbalize, but I think you can roll with it.
Yes.
What makes you happy?
Mom's boobs, my toys, all my toys, just all of my toys, every single one of them. People say oh, babies don't need toys. I need my toys. And dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what makes you really sad then?
Oh, the crib. The crib. Yeah. It's just why is it there? I don't understand. Why would I be in the crib when I can be in this other bed where my mom is, and my mom's boobs are also there, but I'm in this other thing that's close, but it's in the same room. I can kind of touch the bed from the crib, but I can't totally. So yeah, the crib.
Yeah, that would make me sad too.
Yeah, cribs. Ugh.
Cribs, man. So how old are you, Army?
9 months. I think today I'm 41 weeks.
Wow. So you've been out as
So
long as
9
you were
months.
in.
Yeah.
You're good at math at 9 months old. That's pretty good.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
So more math for you. How old do you think your mommy is?
I think my mommy is ageless. She's just this like beam of light in my life.
I totally understand that. I totally get that. I think my kids feel the same way about me.
Yeah.
And how old is Daddy?
Daddy might be like 4.
Okay.
Maybe like a little bit older than me because he can like walk and talk.
Right.
But like that's it. 4, maybe 3.
Maybe 3, yeah. All right. So you mentioned mommy's boobies, but what else is your favorite thing to do? Like, what do you really like to do?
Ooh, I like to stand.
Mm-hmm.
I like to stand. Like I'll just be sitting and then I'll just stand.
That's amazing.
And then I'll sit back down, then I'll stand back up. And then I'll do that a couple more times. And it's very fun because I can do it. I like to put things in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
There's a rug that I like to eat.
Oh.
Sometimes I just put my mouth on it. I just like face plant on the rug and eat the rug. And sometimes I just pick up pieces of fuzz with my little pincer grasp and just eat the fuzz. And I can do it real fast. Real fast.
So your mom can't even catch you sometimes, huh?
I mean, she sees it, but like she can't get to me in time. Even if she's sitting right there, I still do it faster. And I like to stand on things and like bang on them and hit them. And there's a outlet for our AC that has like a little button on the plug, and I like to press that button.
That sounds safe.
It's very dangerous. I like to quietly go up to it and press it until somebody sees me. Otherwise, I will be very quietly doing it.
So what is your favorite food?
Okay, my favorite food is breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
And then anything that my mom is eating. If she has something in her mouth or near her that she is eating that is food, I also want it in my mouth to be eating it. Doesn't matter what it is. Can be salmon, could be a grape, could be coffee. If my mom is eating it, it is also my favorite food.
Okay. All right. So what is something that your mommy always says to you or says in the house that you hear, per se?
I think, I mean, honestly, probably the most that she says is, "I love you, Army." She says it all day long, all the time. It's just like I don't need to hear it all the time, but I hear it all the time. How much my mom loves me. I get it.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah. So probably "I love you, Army," and also no.
Oh, the very long no. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer. Because you're usually doing something that was fun, right? And then she tries to stop you.
I just want to press this button on this outlet, on this plug, on the AC, on the wall with the electricity. That's all I want to do.
I know. I get it. It's a rough life. So what's something that your dad always says?
My dad says a lot. He says, "Let's get mom." Let's get mom. And then he picks me up and he puts me next to mom, and I like jump on mom's back. And it's very fun.
Oh, that's so cute. All right. So lastly, this is my last question, Army.
Okay.
What does the air smell like to you?
Oh, the air smells sweet. The air smells very sweet and a little grassy and probably a little milky.
I was waiting for that. Thank you, Army. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I was waiting for the breast milk. Everything. I remember nursing and literally everything smelled like breast milk. Like my bed smelled like breast milk.
My clothes smell like breast milk.
Yeah.
Everything's. I mean, it smells sweet though. It's sad.
It does smell sweet. Yeah. Are
I
you
tell you, it
still
works.
breastfeeding?
Heck nah.
Okay.
Girl, after 4 kids. No, you know what?
Yeah.
My third child, my son who's 6, we breastfed until he was 2.5.
Mhm.
And when we finished, like, he was good, he was done, and I was done.
Mhm.
My daughter, I was done much earlier. I was done at like 2. Like I was like, listen,
Yeah.
it's been fun, but this isn't working out for me anymore.
2 years.
2 years old.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a long time.
I get it. I'm like, this is it's not you, it's totally me. But I think we need to go separate ways. I think you need to eat solid foods from now on. And she was not happy about it, to the point where
Really?
only recently she has stopped tweaking my nipples out of like comfort. Like only recently. Like up, like from the time we stopped until about 2 weeks ago, she would take, actually I can't even say that. The other night we were laying in bed and I'm putting her to sleep and she's laying in the crevice of my arm and she like pulls my nipple. Like this is an acrobatic event. Like she pulls my nipple out of my shirt.
Yes.
And I'm like, listen, honey, we don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And she's like, but mommy, your nipples are so soft. I love them. They're so warm.
Did you say, okay, you can have a pony?
I'm like, how do
Did you just
I
melt?
How do I live without you?
I don't know.
So yeah, so there's still that. There's still some like every once in a while she'll still grab them and like want to like rub them and whatever. But yeah, she said they were warm and she loved them and they were so soft. I mean, really. That's the sweetest thing anybody's ever said to me.
That might be your heaven loop.
That is my heaven loop. Your breasts are warm.
And also, like, what a metaphor for mom, for like being a mom.
Oh, stop!
You know,
I haven't watched Windex yet.
I know. Oh, we're putting on that Windex commercial. But you know, like, she associates that with your nipples, but really, that's just you. You know, and that's just like what you are to her.
All right, shut up, Morgan. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
You light and humorous.
I know you brought me on for my dark humor, but I'm a mom now. And so all I do is talk about like heaven. I seriously use the hashtag blessed.
Oh, Jesus.
I knit. I don't know. I've lost all sense of self.
What happened to you? What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah. So have you found, so I have to ask this question and I might just end with this, but have you found now that you have become a parent and you were deeply entrenched in improv for years and years and years, do you see how improv might have, aside from the birth, because we said that didn't happen, but aside from the birth, do you see how improv may have prepared you or in some way helped with this experience of parenting?
Yes. Outside of the birth, I think the most that I can say it's prepared me is that I'm really able to have fun as an adult. Like, even though I can be really hardwired about things and can be really particular, I know how important it is to have fun and have fun with things, all things, like even the stressful things. And because that's so much of improv and learning improv is learning as an adult to just have fun and play again.
Yeah, that's a really hard thing to learn because we all we have to be so serious about everything all the time. And having kids, the goofier and the more relaxed you are, the better your whole experience will be. So
yeah, and not just playtime with him, which is needs to be fun as well, but just the whole thing of it, or my interaction with other parents, or going through something serious. It's like, oh, this is intense, but like I can find the humor in it, or, there's still lightness in it. There always is.
Well, thank you, Miss Morgan, for being on my show today. I'm so excited I finally got you on and we finally got to talk.
Me too.
We finally got to hear about Mr. Army. And he's the cutest. I'm sorry you guys can't see how cute he is, but he's adorable.
Thank you. I agree.
So until so you're not performing right now, but so if someone wants to see you possibly and find you, they can go to UCB and they can check out Grandma's Ashes, which is your group, and follow you on the gram and the Twitter. I don't know.
I don't think I'm on Twitter anymore. Miss Morgan and UCB every Saturday night at 10:30 with Grandma's Ashes. Awesome. Although it's not really every Saturday, but
with a little asterisk.
Yes. I'm a new mom.
Thank you so much, Morgan.
Thanks, Messia. Thanks for having me.
If you like this episode and want to hear more tales of making stuff up as we go, please subscribe to our show, give us a rating, and drop us a review. Thanks so much for listening to Parenting on the Fly.